Well, a special treat as we count down to the Breeders' Crown for Lazarus at 3:45 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, maybe the pivotal race of his North American career. Trainer Jimmy Takter joins us from New Jersey. Jimmy, thank you for your time over this entire campaign for Lazarus. How is he feeling heading into the Breeders' Crown Saturday night your time?
I'm actually very happy how he feeling. I mean, he felt really good even going into Yonkers, but he had a slight cough there, and his blood work showed that there was something going on. But he felt really good. Even when you were over here, we trained him, and I didn't suspect anything. But he started coughing the day after you were here, and so we decided to did not race him in Yonkers and get him ready for the British Crown. So going into it right now, I'm very happy how he feel anyway.
Jimmy, you seem to be very confident that he was handling the week-in, week-out racing. Does it concern you at all that you missed the race at Yonkers when McWicked, who's your key rival on Saturday night your time, actually won that race?
Well, it's been something we've been dealing with him because he never really had a fully stake schedule when he arrived here to me. I mean, he had to be supplemented and try to get the races we could as best possible. And so, and if I see how this horse is, he looked like a horse that liked to race. I mean, I was wishing I had a more consistent program for him, but you got to deal with the hand you have, and I think he's going to come in as sharp I can get him. I mean, of course, ideal would have been to have a race in him last week, but I mean, it was no elimination, so you have to do the best where you have.
Jimmy, in lieu of having a race, have you taken him somewhere or at home on your own track and worked him over a fast mile rather than, say, the long, slow, steady work you give him on the sand track?
Actually, I'm going to do that tomorrow. 2 days out, I'm going to give him a good last half. I'm going to probably, really stretch him a good, just 800 meters stretch, So, it's going to be probably like in the neighborhood of 55 seconds for a half mile in that neighborhood.
Jimmy, as a man who has trained at the absolute top level for decades, what's your gut instinct on how close you can have Lazarus to his peak for his 5th race against McWicked on Sunday our time?
I think I'm going to be okay. I think the horse coming in, this time of the year, it's one very important factor. It's not so much the sharpness; it's also soundness and things like that. I mean, Lazarus, he feels very, very, very good and sound. I mean, basically I haven't had any issues with him at all, in that part, I mean, you're coming into these races, the horses, a lot of them start to feel a little beat up and things like that. I think I have a very fresh horse, in that part, so, and I think that's, very important to go into this race, to the soundest horse, and we know how fast he can go. I mean, and I think actually a 5/8 track race might favor him a little bit more than a my track, especially if we compare it to, McWicked,
Let's talk about the race itself. You've got Barrier 2. That's ideal because Filibuster Hanover has Barrier 1. He tends to want to give the lead away to a horse like Lazarus. Can you see Lazarus and Yannick in front and therefore McWicked needing to chase you?
I think it's a big possibility that we're going to end up in front sometime during the mile. I don't know if it'll be right out of the gate, but sometimes you need to get other horses set it into a position, but I expect him to be at the front 5/8 left of the mile,
Okay, Jimmy, as unbiasedly as possible for all your fans and Lazarus's fans down here, down under in New Zealand and Australia, what do you honestly think is going to happen on Saturday night? Do you think he's going to beat McWicked in the Breeders' Crown?
think we have a very, very good chance. You know, I mean, speculating those kind of races, everything can happen, of course, and it's not just McWicked. It's quite a few other really good horses in there too. You know that going to challenge us, but. Let's say I wouldn't trade anyone's hand going into this race anyway. I like what I have, and I feel very optimistic.
Jimmy, thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for your access over the weeks and last couple of months with Lazarus. We won't say good luck for Saturday night, just say no bad luck, and we'll be yelling for him here from New Zealand and Australia on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.